The doctor is never harmful, else he would have never been a doctor. The master is never malefic, else he would have never been a master. The yogi is never going to cause you harm, else he would never been a yogi. Understand the fact that there is absolutely nothing wrong with anything, with any energy that this whole universe is made of. Bhagavan Raman Maharshi says there is nothing wrong with God's creation. Mystery and suffering exists only in the mind. Everything is energy, and that's all there is to. The whole universe is nothing but energy. And let me tell you all, and through you and this question, that the energy is never ever the reason for causing any damage. Because understand the fact that even to generate electricity, along with the positive, the negative is also required. You cannot create electricity with only the positive pole. You will need the negative too. Only with both the negative and the positive you can create electricity. Is the negative absolutely negative? It is complementary. So it is not against the positive. And so when people ask such questions, they are missing the whole essence of realizing the fact that it is not Ketu or Rahu or Saturn that is malefic or bad. It is how you have been using the specific energy of these entities from the many past births and rebirths. If the negative energy has been used for positive purpose, constructive purpose, then even the negative turns out as a blessing in disguise. For a benevolent yogi, there is absolutely no worst house or no good house. You cannot make him happy, and you also cannot make him unhappy. He is in his own bliss. You may go on pressing all his buttons that you have known, but he will not move. He will not be disturbed. He remains engrossed within. Once it happened. Buddha was passing through a village of Brahmins, and the Brahmins have always been against the Buddha. Because Buddha objected to the caste system, the Manu system, and that made Brahmins very insecure. This man is a danger. He is passing knowledge to everyone. A day may come when our importance will be lost, and so he must be condemned. He must be stopped. He must be ridiculed. And so the Brahmins gathered to insult the Buddha. It always happens. The master is always troubled by the society. And so it happened. The man who is saying the truth, sharing the truth, is ridiculed, is condemned, is insulted. Buddha was also insulted. He listened silently. They pushed and pushed on the usual buttons, but nothing happened. There was absolutely no reaction from Buddha. He continued to listen with absolutely no expressions. Now the Brahmins became worried, restless. This man is not reacting. They said, "Are you listening? Why are you standing silently? We are insulting you, condemning you. Have you gone dumb? Have you gone deaf? Can you speak?" Buddha said, "I can feel. I can see your worries, your embarrassment, but I am sorry. You should have come 10 years ago if you wanted me to react. Now it is too late. Now these buttons don't work. I have gone beyond." Read, hear, listen to his words. Buddha says, "It is too late. I am finished with it. I have gone beyond." You cannot disturb the Buddha. You cannot disturb the benevolent Ketu. The state of Buddha is of knowing. The real knowing happens when you start transforming within. Until then, you only know. You have been gathering knowledge from all over the world, but you missed the most important thing, and that is knowing yourself. You may know everything about this world, and yet, if you cannot know yourself, then you remain a fool, an ignorant fool. This knowing yourself comes from the benevolent energy of Ketu. Ketu is turning in, Rahu is turning on. The real journey begins when you are no more turned on, but you start to turn in. Buddha's whole message was to turn in. The Brahmins could not understand Buddha. They continued to condemn him. The state that Buddha traveled, which is now called Bihar, never accepted Buddha in totality until he died, until he left this planet, until he was no more in human form. The whole of Bihar condemned him. Now the name Bihar is because of him, because he walked there. Bihar means where Buddha walks. The most beautiful man walked on this planet, and his name was Buddha, Gautam Buddha.